They voted against it, don't like the spending in it. Now they're getting attacked for it. A brand new TV ad slamming Republicans who are not supporting the stimulus.
Our economy in crisis, millions out of work. That's why 80% of Americans support a plan like President Obama's to create jobs. But Republican leaders, they're just saying no. No to changing the failed economic policies of the past 8 years. We're in an economic crisis, and Republican leaders are playing politics instead of doing what's right.
Is playing politics what's really going on here? Brad Woodhouse says yes. He's president of Americans United for Change, the group behind the ad. And Republican consultant Kate Obenshain joins me now. She says no, and that it is misleading. Kate, you don't like it. Tell me why.
This is a ridiculous ad, really. I mean, the tone and tenor continues what President Obama himself has started with his catastrophe rhetoric. But look at the specifics of it. 80% of Americans do not support this bill. Poll after poll have shown that they think that this particular bill, either the House or the Senate's version, is too much. To suggest that Republicans aren't doing anything, it's not true at all. They put forth a stimulus package that costs half the amount and would produce 2 times the number of jobs. But what really gets me is to suggest that Republicans are somehow out of touch with Americans about this. Americans are furious about the amount of pork that will not stimulate growth. And it was Steny Hoyer who today said that he wanted, today he said that it's little tiny pork, that hundreds of billions of dollars is little tiny, and that the American people don't care about it. That was Chuck Schumer. That is out of touch.
All right, Brad, you're jumping out of your seat. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, literally, if I could get a word in here. First of all, 80% of the public does. I mean, look, we couldn't make that claim in an ad and get it on the air if it wasn't true. This was in a Gallup poll. This was in a Gallup poll earlier this week. I mean, look, the president, the Democrats, and by the way, the Republicans in the Senate that are supporting this bill have the political high ground. The American people want something done. Incidentally, John Boehner and Mitch McConnell keep going around saying something needs to be done. They just don't agree.
The message?
They don't agree with what's being done. Well, the message here, and I want to distinguish, by the way, between Republicans and Republican leaders. We think that the Republican rank and file in the House and the Senate should do what Olympia Snowe, Susan Collins, and Arlen Specter have done. They should have sat down and negotiated this bill, and they should support it now because it is the best bill. It's the best bill we possibly could have come up with. But the Republican leaders, like Eric Cantor said the other day, he said it doesn't matter what's proposed by the president. We're just going to say no. That's not a policy. That's obstruction.
All right, Kate, go ahead.
What Eric Cantor has been courageously saying is that what the American people want is policies that include corporate and individual tax cuts that actually stimulate growth, as opposed to putting every policy dream of liberals for 40 and 50 years into this package that just basically does everything. $800 billion is sacrificing the future prosperity of our children, and Americans are agreeing with that. That 80% number, Brad, you're not being accurate on that. They were asked generally, do you support a stimulus package? 50% of the people said yes, they do seriously, but there was no number associated with that. If you asked them, do they support a smaller package, then you would get more of a accurate rendition of what the public is thinking.
Kate, you may disagree with the package, but this is a stimulus package. This is a recovery package, and the Gallup poll did show that 80% of people support it. But look, Alexis.
Look, Brad, we were just showing a poll, and it showed 51%. Look, I understand it depends on when polls are taken, but look, Kate, let me go back to you for a second here. Only 3 Republicans have shifted over on the Senate here who suggest that they are going to vote for this. I mean, let's be honest here. There is something going on here about some degree of partisan politics, right?
Darn right.
3%. Yes, I would say that Republicans are standing firm and listening to the American people. Yes, they are the opposition. They're not just supposed to blindly go along in sort of this herd mentality. If they think that this package includes pork that is not justified and will not produce jobs, will not produce a recovered economy, they have a responsibility to stand firmly against those irrational policies. They won too. I think that's being lost here with this Obama won rhetoric.
Alexis, let me say this. Who the Republicans are listening to are Rush Limbaugh and, incidentally, Mitch McConnell and John Boehner, who have led their parties during the last 2 elections.
A lot of Americans listen to Rush Limbaugh.
Well, let me say this, but Mitch McConnell and John Boehner,
I'm going to put the two of you in a room, let you duke it out. All right, Kate and Brad, we got to leave it here, guys. A very healthy argument. All right, guys.
Thank you.